Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, media, for being here. We had 3 days of very busy engagement, and as you know, the reason why we were busy, it was simply because of 2 back-to-back meetings, which we had over 3 days. The meeting started off with Pacific ACP trade officials meeting, followed by Pacific ACP trade ministers meeting, and then forum trade ministers meeting. So over these last 3 days, there were a lot of issues that were discussed, and I'm very happy to say that we have all agreed to a number of outcomes, which is very crucial for the Pacific region. For Pacific region, we understand that international trade is very important for us. International trade simply means job creation, better livelihood, coming out of poverty, and so forth. So some of the outcomes for this meeting were as follows. Number one, we recognize the importance of kava as an international commodity. We know a number of countries around the globe, they're now opening up kava bars as an option for those who don't drink alcohol. So there is a interest at the international level. Second outcome was endorsement of the Pacific Aid for Trade strategy. This strategy was endorsed, and it's a very useful document which takes into consideration of all the island countries, so that when they are dialogue partners and donor agencies, they can look at this strategy and put their dollars in based on the agreed strategies outlined in that Aid for Trade strategy document. The whole idea of this document is to assist in taking trade forward, in other words, facilitating trade within the region and internationally. So there are a number of things within the document which is of importance to us. Then the third area was the 12th Ministerial Conference, which will be WTO conference, which will be held in Kazakhstan. This is where the Pacific Solidarity is to ensure harmful fisheries subsidies is negotiated. There are harmful subsidies related to fisheries, which is causing overfishing, unreported fishing, which is affecting conservation and management of fishery stock in our ocean. And we also discussed how we can explore other trade arrangements with other markets beyond our traditional partners. How can we trade with the United States of America and Asia? And finally, we also talked about emerging issues related to trade. The trade cannot be kept separately from other issues. Trade has an implication on health, trade has implication on environment. And we discussed at length about the non-communicable diseases in the country, in the Pacific region, and how as leaders we should look at the trade component rather seriously. So these were the key outcomes that I gather, but along with that I can add a few more. There was another outcome where we need to modernize the PICTA trade agreement. Particularly, we have to look at the rules of origin. There are some complications with the rules of with the rules of origin, which is restricting trade. And the whole idea is now to modernize PICTA trade agreement. On PESA Plus, I will leave that to the Deputy Prime Minister of Cook Islands. He can brief you on that outcome.